Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
An FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
What up, bro?
What's happening?
Nothing much.
How's the trailer? Looks good.
Camper, yeah, it's a nice fucking camper, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
thing's nicer than most people's houses.
I hear you. So what's the news?
Opulence.
What are we going to talk about today?
I don't know. Maybe Hunter Biden having a complete and utter fucking meltdown.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't care.
Dude,
He's the son of an ex-president. Who gives a shit?
crackhead.
Yeah, he's a crackhead. He is. That he is. I just don't understand why anyone gives a shit. Like that really, like.
Well, because he's putting himself out there. Had he faded into obscurity and didn't start this shit, nobody would give a fuck. Everybody forgot about him after fucking. Everybody forgot about Hunter Biden after his dad left office, dude. No, I haven't even heard his name being brought up.
I think everybody still has. I don't think that anyone cares except for people who like fucking are terminally online. You know what I mean? Like real people don't give this, dude. Like what do I care? He's a crackhead. He's a crackhead. He's into hookers. Okay, whatever. I mean, who doesn't have a friend who's a crackhead who's into hookers? You know,
I don't.
Yeah, yes, you do actually. You just might not know it. What I'm saying, but in reality, like I don't understand.
Wait, there's a difference between crack and coke. Just to let you know, there's a difference.
Yeah, a very minor difference. But whatever. Chemically, there really isn't much of a difference. No, I don't understand why anyone cares about that. Like it's just.
Is your camera doing face tracking?
Yeah, I need to shut it off, but it's too late, so I'm just gonna let it go. But anyway, yeah, I don't get it, man. Like I've never understood the obsession with it because I got kicked off a podcast one time that I was invited on. As you might imagine, this happens pretty often, but it was a right-wing podcast. I'm not going to name it, but I was on several times. And
spill your guts, motherfucker. Let's go. Don't be a pussy.
No. I don't want to out people for bad behavior, you know. But anyway, these guys kicked me out. They actually took a vote and they kicked me off this Discord thing because they were talking about the Hunter Biden laptop, and I said, okay, well, look, the stuff I've seen from the laptop just proves what I think we all know is that Hunter Biden is a scumbag who's into crack and hookers. And other than that, like all these photos that you guys are talking about, they don't prove anything is past that. So I'm like, okay, what are you upset about? The guy has a son who's a dirtbag. All right, well, I mean, lots of people have kids who are dirtbags. We're going to blame everybody for that, whatever. These guys were screaming at me that there was evidence that Hunter Biden was a pedophile, and I said, okay, I've been through the whole like 700-page PDF that's been all over the internet for years about the laptop, and it's got really gross photos and just stuff that you would not want anyone to see if you were doing it. Why he took pictures of this stuff, who knows? But and I'm like, there's no evidence of any kind of pedophilia here. He's just got a bunch of hookers and crack. I'm like, it's technically both those things are illegal, but I mean, does anybody really care? And they kicked me off because they said that I was brainwashed by the mainstream media because I didn't believe Hunter Biden was a pedophile. And I'm like, all right, man, like, you show me where there's children in this stuff, and I'll tell you that I was wrong. But there is no evidence.
Would you though? Would you say that you were wrong?
Of course I would. If he had if there were pictures of him and children, yes. And I would be demanding his arrest and all that, because unlike most of the QAnon people who talk about caring about that, sex trafficking and pedophilia, I actually do, and I do want to see people who are involved in that arrested. But Hunter Biden is, unless you have evidence that I've never seen, Hunter Biden was not involved in that. And again, I don't even know why we're talking about this. He's an ex-president's degenerate son. Who
right, Right, but the point is that he brought himself back into the media, so that's why it's news. Otherwise, nobody would give a fuck.
Well, sometimes the media decides that news is things that normal people don't give a shit about, and normal people don't care about Hunter Biden anymore, or ever did, really. I mean, it's just silly. It's goofy. If I walk around and ask 30 people on my street in Belmont, who's Hunter Biden and do you care about him? I'm going to get who is Hunter Biden, and I don't care about that. You know what I mean? From 30 out of 30.
Because they're all liberal.
No, it's not because they're all liberal. It's because normal,
do it right now.
Don't care about this.
Does your camera go with you? Go right now. Go walk the street of Belmont.
I can't I can't open the door because the Department of Public Works is tearing up the street outside I had to close everything, which sucks because I can't put a fan on because it'll be too loud. And now I can't have the window open or the door because it'll be too loud. And now I'm
tell you what,
sweating here for 20 minutes.
Hey.
Thank God it's not 95 today. It's only 78 or whatever it is, because I would be sweating my tits
off
for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's going on?
You're live?
I am live.
I took a little cigarette break.
Why don't you take a little break from cigarettes?
Yeah, I'm at a deposition. It's going fucking great.
It's going great?
Yeah, I've dropped the F-bomb multiple times. I'm not your regular F-bombs.
Did you drop not your regular F-bombs?
I think they knew that they weren't going to have somebody here professional. They knew they weren't going to depose a fucking attorney or like a fucking, so I'm having a good time with it. Is Patty with you? I saw Patty on the stream.
Yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear him. See, what's up with your audio, bro?
What do you mean? You called me on the fucking phone, you dumb fuck.
Oh,
how were you supposed to hear it?
Don't you have it connected to your fucking thing?
My phone?
Yeah.
No. Why would I have my phone connected to the Rodecaster?
Because it's the smartest thing to do. I'm going to call.
Well, everybody can hear you, and Patty can hear you.
Well,
I'm going to
from Washington, D.C. I'm here for a deposition. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. So far, I guess it's so good. So they just needed me to show up, but they're attempting to hold me in contempt. But yeah, there's not much more to it. I guess I'll report more on it when I get to sit down. I was hoping I was done so I could just set up my camera and my fucking microphone, but unfortunately I can't join the show today.
Dude, how long of a break do you have?
10 minutes, which gets me a cigarette and a piss break.
So they're trying to hold you in contempt, and what is it if they
Yeah.
do? What's going to happen? They throwing the fucking cuffs on you?
Yeah, basically.
God damn it, dude.
Whatever, bro. Listen, the longest that they could hold me, right? I've done more time fucking clipping my fingernails in prison for the past 3 years. So there's not much you could. There's no fear in me. There's no worry in me. And for those, obviously, for those that know that I came over here to do that, I thank you guys for reaching out and asking. So, yeah.
So what? But can't they hold? Can we talk about what they want from you on the show?
Not right now. Let me finish up here. I have a whole crew of fucking lawyers, so I don't want them to fucking start asking me about this conversation. But whatever. I guess I'll roll with it on another stream.
If they let you go.
Yeah, if you don't hear back from me, fucking.
Do you want to?
Commissary money?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Nick. Do you want to give one of your lawyers my phone number to call me and let me know?
No, I've already set that up already. If anything, I don't think anything's going to happen. If something were going to happen, it was going to happen early on. I mean, if they haven't held me in contempt for fucking dropping F-bombs left and right, then...
Are we talking about the faggot F-bomb?
Yeah, all of them.
All right.
All of them.
Are you trying to go to jail?
I'll try not to drop the N-bomb.
Well, I mean, you have the N pass, don't you?
I do have the N-pass, so it wouldn't be racist.
That's why you only did 4.5 months of burning a BLM flag, whereas somebody else would have done fucking 10 years.
No, Jesus. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll wait to hear from you. I'll talk around what's going on.
I think it's fun.
All right. Well, how much longer do you think you're going to be there?
My cutoff is 1:30. I got a flight out of Baltimore, so I got to be there early. So no matter what, if they want to keep me, they're not going to be able to, because I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm grabbing my bag at 1:30. They want to have some anyway. I walk out. That's fine.
All right.
I'm not missing the only way I'm missing my flight is if I'm in handcuffs. I'm not missing my flight. I already had enough yesterday with having to sit on the fucking tarmac for about 6 to 7 hours.
Holy shit.
No air conditioning in the plane on a Miami day with not a single fucking. I fucking hate this city, dude.
Yeah, DC sucks.
Can you imagine? Patty does this. Can you imagine living in this, like, right here, what you're hearing right here? How do you live in a city?
I don't know. I don't know. Dude, I can't stand Boston. I can't. My skin crawls every time I'm there. It's just fucking degenerate.
It doesn't miss you, motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
Well, I never lived in Boston anyway, motherfucker. I lived on the South Coast. Fuck you.
I can't wait.
I lived where it was white and woods.
I can't wait till they fucking saw this fucking district out of fucking existence. Just saw it off and fucking dump it into the Atlantic. All right. I'll catch you guys in a little bit.
All right, brother.
All right. Bye.
Oh, there you go. You heard it from the monkey's mouth.
Straight from the horse's ass.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So, hey, do you have your crew of miscreants plugged in to this thing today, or no?
No. It's just us. It's just us. No space. For some reason, it wasn't working. They could hear this, but they couldn't. The live stream couldn't hear the space, and it's because the setup I have here in the camper is different than I have a Rodecaster Duo.
Yeah.
Here, and I thought all the settings were going to be right, but they weren't. So fuck it. I wasn't even bothering. And I'm heading home in the morning. Nice. So I'll be in the studio for my show tomorrow.
Well, talking about shows, my show tonight is going to be a real banger. It's on at 7 p.m. You should check it out. Tonight, everybody on the networks, all our shows have a little bit of a different, bent to them or different angle. Like, Rob talks a lot about the Second Amendment. Barry talks a lot about penis envy. Kim is into, culture and arts and music and things like that. Enrique's into chain smoking in front of people. And my show particularly is about the intersection between evangelical MAGA pastors and the overall MAGA cult, as I call it, right? So tonight, I'm going to be playing 2 very long clips, longer than I would normally play on a show, of MAGA pastors and prophets. And these people actually call themselves those things, MAGA pastors and prophets of God, right? Evangelical Christians who are going to talk about their dreams that always have to do with Donald Trump. So these are dreams and visions that they believe are given to them from God. And before you laugh, I got to tell you, one of them is Amanda Grace, who is like this with General Flynn, right? So your man Chaz, or whatever that fucking idiot's name the other day was, with the pointy hair,
Bro.
He's one of Flynn's butt boys. I can tell you that this woman is like this with Flynn, because both times I've been around her in public was at the Reawaken America tour, Clay Clark and General Flynn's Reawaken America tour in North Carolina and Tennessee. And she gives these long speeches and then does all these prayers with people. She's a charlatan and a scumbag, but she's going to tell you all about a dream she had about Donald Trump and Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. And then there's a megachurch pastor, Mike Thompson, who's very big in the evangelical community, who's going to talk about how he saw a massive bald eagle on top of the White House, who brought him into the Oval Office. And it's really good. It's good. Both clips are about 10 minutes long, and they're hilarious.
Listen, I want to say something to you right now. You know how the other day when people were coming at you in the space and I held it down
you
for you?
You defended me, and I appreciate it.
Okay. So no, that's not what this is about. This is about the fact that Chad is my friend. All right.
Okay.
Before you say
Chad
anything,
threatened me physically.
No,
I don't give a fuck.
Well, you should, because I'm letting you know something, and the same defense that I gave to you for who you are as a person, because these people don't see who you are, and I want them to see who you are, that they can disagree with shit, but at the end of the day, you're a stand-up fucking guy, and I know the reasons why. Is the reason why I said I'm going to tell you about fucking Chad, dude. Chad is passionate about conservative politics. He's passionate about this fucking country. He's passionate about the fact that, there is a large swath of people in our government that have a D next to their name that want to destroy the very fabric of this country. I agree with him on that, because we have different values. I have values rooted in the Constitution. I don't have values outside of that. All right. Chad is somebody who, when all of that shit went down in North Carolina, went down there for weeks on end, not on camera, not begging anybody for money. He went down there and was in the thick of shit for weeks, almost sacrificing his fucking life to help those fucking people. And when they did an awards ceremony, he didn't even want the accolades. He bowed out of the fucking awards ceremony. This is the type of guy that Chad is. So I'm going to ask you as a personal favor to me, don't disrespect him again while I'm on the show.
All right. All I can tell you is the man physically
just the same way I defended you, I'm going to defend my friend too. So let's not be disrespectful. And he's not here. And that's low T. He's not here. He's not here. You're bringing his name up and talking shit about him, and he's not here to come back.
I'm simply saying what he physically threatened me, and he called me a retard like 30 times. If one of my friends did that to you, I would not defend him. I wouldn't defend him. I just say,
to your face. That's man shit. No, that's man shit. That's what men are supposed to do. Okay. Fight one another when they have a fucking problem. Okay. But he's not here to defend himself.
He's a keyboard cowboy. He likes to talk stuff on the internet, but he doesn't want to.
Right.
Listen, Patty, if a friend of mine said, no, I'm not going to do it for you, Rob, because if a friend of mine did that to you, I would not even consider asking you to take it. I would just tell you, hey, do what you got to do, man. I
wouldn't want you to be in the middle of it, because I'm a man and I can handle my own shit. Stay the fuck out of it.
You're not in the middle of it, right? And why don't you just stay out of it?
Well, I am. Well, I am.
Well, no, you're not. You're getting in the middle of it. Yeah.
You're talking shit about my friend.
Exactly. Yes,
And
I
just
am.
the
And the
same
reason
way-
I'm doing
and just
it
the
is
same
because
way-
he was an ass.
No. Stop talking for a minute. I'll fucking mute you because I got the control. Just the same way my
Not
friends
your
went
show.
after you. It doesn't matter. Just the same way my friends went after you and you weren't in the space, I shut them down too. I'm doing the exact same thing to you.
It's not the same thing because I didn't threaten
It
any
is
of
the
your
same
friends.
fucking thing.
I didn't threaten any of your
No,
friends.
but you call them all fucking names.
Yeah. I said some people were fat asses. This guy called me a retard 30 fucking times, Rob, and then he physically threatened to kick my ass. It's not the same thing. It's not even
it
in
is
the
the
same
same
zip
thing.
code, dude. All right.
Are you a man or you're not a man, bro?
What? I'm not a man because I talk
Men
back.
don't- No, you're not a man because you're bitching about it now and he's not even here. You're not manning up to say it to his fucking face.
Look,
That's the problem I have with this.
No. What you don't know is that we talked after the fact, right? You don't know this, but we talked. We sent like 30 messages to each other after the fact, right? And he stopped responding when I said, "Hey, man, if you're so," he was talking about service and all this stuff. I said, "Hey, I'll show you my DD-214 if you show me yours." And he hasn't responded since then, and I know why, right? So. Look, we had plenty of time to talk about it, and I talked to his face. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore, and that's fine. It's his business. He doesn't need to, right?
Then let's not bring him up.
I brought him up. I
on
brought
the
him
show.
up tangentially because I was talking about Amanda Grace and that event that he told me he was at, right? So I was making a joke. And if you can't handle your friend being made fun of, Rob, I don't know what to do for you. But the fact of the matter is that guy physically threatened me. I've never threatened any of your friends, and I never would, right? He did that to me. And that's where the difference is.
Talking to you, dude. There's no fucking talking to you, dude. I'm asking you to give me the same respect that I gave you. That's all that I'm fucking asking.
And the answer is no.
The same fucking respect. All right.
The answer is no. It's not the same respect. I didn't threaten any of your friends. He threatened me.
All right.
That's the difference. It's just apples and fucking kumquats. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't even. If you don't get it, I think you do get it, but I think you're frustrated. And okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll move on and talk about something else. Anyway, 7:00 tonight. You should watch the show. It'll be fun. There's some really crazy dreams about bald eagles flying over the White House and all kinds of insane stuff like that. So if you like crazy or cringy, tonight's show is for you. If you can't handle the cringe, you might not want to watch. But that's what's going on. As far as other issues, Rob. If you want to talk about the Tulsi Gabbard threatening Barack Obama thing with prosecution and then Trump doing it again today, I think that's an interesting topic. No? Okay. All right. So obviously Rob doesn't want to participate in the show anymore, which means that we're probably going to end the stream here, or at least I'm going to get off the stream. But if you want to watch what Rob and I were just talking about, his friend Chaz decided to go ape shit on me a couple of days ago and screaming at me because I insulted General Flynn, and he threatened all kind of ass kicking and this, that, and the other, and retard this and all that, and acted basically like a 5-year-old in a schoolyard. So I don't have any respect for that guy, and the difference between Rob sticking up for me when people were calling me a libtard or whatever they were doing the other day and what I did today with Chaz is that I didn't physically threaten any of his friends, and I didn't call them retards or whatever. I said fat ass once or twice. Okay. Big deal. Right. But when you start talking about kicking someone's ass and all this other stuff, there's a big difference. So it is not the same thing. It's apples and oranges. That's not what we're doing here. So if Rob wants to pout, if he doesn't want to talk, then I don't know what to do. He's giving me the finger. Double birds right now. But there's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry that he's offended, but I'm not sorry that he's offended because, if you get your feelings hurt, I don't know what to do for you. I had my feelings amputated.
Hey, asshole, can you not see? You're telling people I'm giving you the finger when I'm telling you I'm on the fucking phone?
Oh, it looked like the finger.
Are
I
you
can't.
fucking
Your
retarded?
screen is small. I apologize. The screen's small. I can't see. It's too far away, and the screen is small. Okay, he wasn't giving me the finger. I assumed it was because his arms are up like this. He's on the phone. Okay, so Rob might want to talk here in a minute when he gets off the phone. If not, whatever. But I'll respond to the comment on there. Patty's a typical liberal. Yeah. He hears what justifies his bad behavior anyway. Look, again, there's a difference between saying someone is wrong and calling maybe someone a fat ass. and saying that you're gonna beat the shit out of somebody. That's, if you can't see the difference in that, I honestly don't know what to do for you, right? There's a massive difference. So if we're gonna have political arguments, and again, this is keyboard cowboy, telephone tough guy stuff. When someone says that they're gonna kick your ass when they're on the internet, it's lame. It's high school at best, more like grammar school, and that's just the way it is. So there that is. You
and
want
you're
to talk
still
about
talking about it. And
Well,
you're
I
still
had to
talking
talk about something. You were
because
on the phone.
it's in your fucking head.
What about? Hey, look, I'm
It's in your
explaining
head.
myself.
It's renting space in your fucking head, and there's
It's
not
not-
much space there in the first place.
Okay, all right. You want to talk about something else?
Yeah, let's talk about something else, dude.
Yeah. How about the Obama Tulsi Gabbard thing? That's all over the news. That Trump just did a press conference. He got asked like 20 times about it. So it seems to be the news of the day.
Do you want to hear my take on it?
Of course.
My take is all of the people on my side of the fence that are talking that this is treason have no idea what the actual purview of treason is. It's not treason. What he did is sedition. It absolutely is. Because you don't like Trump, it's okay what he did. It was absolutely not okay. Russiagate was manufactured by Obama, by Hillary Clinton.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Look, he really
yes,
did collude with with the Russians, and the campaign
Oh
colluded
my
with the
God.
Russians. No.
But the
Mueller-
point is I listen, even if Obama came out and said, yes, I fucking did this, you would find an excuse for it. And that's bullshit.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Your hatred for Donald Trump is so deep that it doesn't matter what anybody on the left does to him, that you're going to excuse it away.
No, he didn't do anything illegal, right?
Oh,
Nothing illegal, nothing even remotely illegal. What happened? Look, Paul Manafort actually shared internal campaign polling with Russian agents, right? The Russians hacked the DNC. They didn't hack the RNC. Or to be more specific, they did hack the RNC, but didn't put the information out. Then they put all this bullshit out to WikiLeaks. This was a coordinated effort. The Mueller report did not exonerate Donald Trump. It just said, hey, we don't have definitive proof. That doesn't mean he didn't do it. I know, and anybody with any sense knows that he did it. What is the crime that you're talking about that Barack Obama committed? What crime did Barack Obama commit? I'd like to know.
It's called sedition.
How?
It's not treason. It's not treason. It's sedition. He
What?
actually he colluded against an incoming president of the United States.
How?
With manufactured lies.
Oh, so lying
We
as
know
a politician is illegal?
when it thwarts to usurp an incoming president, it absolutely does.
When it hurts your feelings,
It
it should be illegal.
has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with hurting my
sounds like
feelings.
you're getting up in your feelings.
Not
Don't
my
get
feelings.
Up in your feelings, Rob. Don't get up in your feelings. Don't get upset.
I'm not
I
up
don't
in my
want to. I don't
feelings,
want to
dude.
see you get upset. All right. I don't want.
I'm
you
not
to get
getting upset. You're just gonna fucking dick suck and dick ride all these fucking liberals into the fucking ground when you know that they're the fucking. It's true. It's
No,
true,
seriously.
dude. If you could have Big Mike and Obama's cock on your face at the same time, you'd be like, "Oh God, yes."
Seriously, you haven't described the crime yet, though. What's the crime? You said it's sedition. How? What is the what?
See,
is the
now this
predicate
is.
here?
Where's the predicate for 1,600 people to go to jail for sedition?
All right, that's not the same thing, and I don't agree with that. So let's stick to the topic.
This was seditious conspiracy. It absolutely was.
Yeah, no, but
he was
you have to actually do something.
He was purposely colluding with people to create a manufactured story to try to usurp the incoming president. That's the very definition of sedition.
But in what way? Like,
it's not treason.
No, we've established that. Neither one of us think it's treason, right? But you think it's sedition, and I don't.
So,
what I'm
breaking
saying
news: President Trump just accused Barack Obama of treason.
Yeah, because he's an idiot and he doesn't know what treason is.
He's not an idiot.
No, and he's trying to. This is. Hey, let me jangle the keys over here so you stop looking at the Epstein behind my ass. Like this is what this is. We all know.
Well, I mean, I think that yes, that.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you? What? So you and I disagree on whether it's sedition or not. All right, forget that for 1 second.
Okay.
The fact is that the statute of limitations is up for sedition.
Is it? I didn't even know. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
There's no statute of limitations for treason, but there's a statute of limitations for sedition.
That's interesting. That's odd. I don't understand why.
So,
but
but
I take your word for it.
That's
but
the point. Why would you release this stuff now?
Yeah, because
when
he's
there's
trying to
nothing we
distract
can.
from everything.
Well,
You
you're
know
going
this.
to let me get a word. You're going to
No,
let me
sorry.
finish my statement.
Yeah.
Why would they be releasing this now? At a time when, yes, I believe, and most of the conservative movement and MAGA, whatever, believe that he did commit sedition and not treason, because anybody who's got a brain knows the difference, can figure out the difference between treason and fucking sedition. If there is a statute of limitations on sedition, like I've read, then it's going to go nowhere. So why the fuck even bother at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
yes, I agree that it is distraction from all of the other shit.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that.
Again, I'm hung up on the idea that there was an actual crime committed. I think that what you can, like, if Barack Obama came out and said, which he didn't do, but if he got behind the bully pulpit in the press room and said Donald Trump definitely colluded with the Russians to help him win this election, that wouldn't be a crime. People
but that's
can
not
say
what they did.
No. Well, what did they do? Because he was never charged with anything. Like, I mean,
he's not charged. Right? He's not. Of course, he's not charged with anything because, again, the statute of limitations on sedition is up.
No. I'm saying that Trump was never charged with anything. They never. It's not like they brought charges up on him and that, intentionally. That would be if they intentionally lied in court, that would be a crime. I just don't understand where you're getting at when you is it just like saying that he colluded with the Russians, which Barack Obama never did while he was president, but if he had said that would be a crime. Like, what? Talking is a crime? Like, I don't get it, man. I don't understand where the crime here is. Did they plant evidence on him? That would be a crime, but nobody's saying that. Did they surveil him illegally? No proof of that. Like, so what is the fucking crime here?
Hold on. We are going to get it right from the horse's mouth. Hold on 1 second.
Oh.
We're going to bring your girl up, dude.
Oh, is Kim in here?
No, we're going to bring your girl up.
Who, Tulsi?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I saw the interview. I know what she said. She didn't say anything.
Well,
but let's check it out. Oh, Barta. I remember when she was intelligent.
Why is this not making sound? Can you hear it?
Nope. I can't hear it. But I do know what she said because I watched it. So we can talk about it anyway. And I think hopefully most of the, 457 viewers probably watched it or have seen it since then on the internet. She was completely vague. She's saying basically the same thing you're saying, Rob. And I'm just asking where the goddamn crime is. Like, somebody tell me where the crime is. Like, talking is not a crime. He wasn't charged with a crime. He wasn't brought up on charges and then had evidence fabricated against him. He's just he's just mad. And he did collude with the Russians. I mean, maybe not him personally, but Manafort sure as hell did. And he was his campaign manager. So,
All right. I think they should raid Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah. You know what? I think that would be funny, actually. I support that.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. I think they'll find some really dumb shit in there. Yeah. Inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or government. Violation of U.S. Code 18, USC. I think every single crime in the world is part of U.S. Code 18. Isn't that true? You never hear U.S. Code 22. It would seem that. Like, it's every one of them is 18.
Now I want to look up what U.S. Code 22 is.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that, actually.
Yeah, do it. There might not even be one, as far as I know. I don't know how high the numbers go. That's a good one though.
It
Jared,
pertains to foreign relations and intercourse.
oh, intercourse with foreigners or just
Yep, it encompasses laws related to the conduct of diplomatic and consular, services,
Consular?
international agreement, consular. Thank you. International agreements, foreign assistance, and other matters concerning the United States relationships with other countries.
got it. Okay.
So,
how many codes
so
are
any
there? Because that's what I really want to know now.
how many codes are there? This is
Yeah.
what we're doing. All right.
Well-
Hold on.
There are dozens of people waiting for the answer. Come on.
54.
54. Wow. Okay.
54. The United States Code is organized into 54 different titles, which are broad categories of laws based on subject matter.
And the only one we will ever talk about is 18.
Is 18.
I'd hate to see what one is.
Yeah.
It must have been really important.
Title 11 deals with bankruptcy. Title 18 covers crimes and criminal procedures. Title 38 is on veterans benefits.
Okay. Got it. Well, anyway, 54 is probably too many. We probably don't need that many, but
No, we definitely don't.
So the comment that Jared put up was about sedition. Again, I don't think that criticizing somebody, especially, and there's a legitimate question as to whether or not, so when there isn't really an official, you're not, technically a government official when you're the president-elect, right? I don't think you are. You don't hold an office. You're going to hold an office, but you haven't been inaugurated. You're not anything yet. We call them the president-elect, right? And I remember Barack Obama getting criticized for writing letters from the office of the president-elect. Nobody had ever done that before, and he did it in 2008. And people were like, well, there's no such thing as the office of the president-elect. And he just kind of made it up. But now every president who gets elected uses it. I don't think you're an actual official, so you can't commit sedition against a civilian, right? How could you do that? It's like me committing sedition against you.
That would be like saying that because he's not in the White House yet, that he doesn't get full Secret Service protection.
No. The
If he
Secret
gets full-
Service protection is at
he
the
gets-
discretion
he's
of the
the
Secret
president.
Service. But
He's the president-elect. He gets full Secret Service.
yeah,
and the
he
18.
he gets Secret Service as
So
a rank.
he wouldn't
But what
get
I'm
that.
saying is
He
he's
wouldn't
not-
get that if he
he's
was
not a
a
government
citizen.
official. If he hasn't been sworn in, I don't see how you could call him a government official. And you can't commit sedition against the civilian. I can't commit sedition against you. I could commit libel or slander against you, but I couldn't commit sedition against you. And so if he hasn't taken the oath yet, to me, that's like you could just throw this whole thing out just there. Just say, well, just,
Yeah,
on its
because
face,
that's a
that's
leftist
ridiculous.
talking point.
No, it's not a leftist
it-
talking point. I just came up
Because
with it now.
Because if he did it, if Obama did it, but now
Yeah,
you're
what?
saying it's okay because it was.
No. I'm
he-
saying,
he was
first
a
of all, I'm
fucking
saying
citizen.
very clearly, I'm saying he didn't do anything wrong, right?
Okay.
But what I'm
He
saying,
manipulated data, dude.
what data?
The Russia Spygate.
I don't know what
That was manipulated data, dude. Everything that went
What
on in
data?
the Russians did not fucking.
No, but you got to
Have a
say
hand
what data.
in
If you're
electing
talking
him.
about data, you must know what data it was. What data? I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking.
the Russians interfering in our election to get him elected.
But
That was bullshit.
What data? That you're talking about?
The Steele dossier. Do you think that the Steele dossier
the
was
Steele
was
dossier is
100%?
not a the Steele dossier. No, the Steele dossier was 90% horse shit. But
You're talking about.
what that was not used as any sort of like they didn't enter that into in court. Like they didn't sign any affidavit saying it was true. It's just a document that some people read. Like it's not. There was never anything about the Steele dossier that became official government policy or it resulted in any charges or anything. And again, they investigated it and said we can't charge him with anything. So I still don't understand where the crime is here. And the data manipulation, there's no data. This is, I think you guys are just basically saying we don't like that Barack Obama believed that that Russia helped Donald Trump, and we're still fucking angry about it 10 years later, even though he's been elected twice. It's just, to me, it's just silliness. And the vast majority, 90% of the American voters, do not give a flying fuck about this. It's just you guys. And there aren't enough of you.
There aren't enough of us?
There aren't enough of you who actually care. I'm not talking about all Trump voters. I'm saying the really hardcore MAGA who care about the Steele dossier. Go ask 30 people outside your house what the Steele dossier is. They're going to look at you like you're fucking stupid, right? Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about Hunter Biden's laptop or the Steele dossier. It's just a weird fetish that you guys have that you're apparently never going to give up. No matter how many times you win an election, you're still going to whine about this shit that happened 10 years ago. And I just don't understand when you're going to just move on and realize, hey, your boy's in charge. Be happy. You know, this is the big difference I've noticed between MAGA.
No. It has nothing to do with just being happy. It has to do with the fact that all of these fucking nefarious pieces of shit that are on the left are coordinating to try to nuke his presidency. Every time they turn around, he should have never been fucking, dude.
He's going to nuke his presidency all by himself. He doesn't need help.
No, he's not.
But the thing is, this is old. You guys are like crying. It's like me crying about the 1986.
Now what are you gonna say? Now what?
I seriously I don't, Patty. That's not how you spell it, but I wouldn't expect MAGA to spell anything correctly. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, come on. You guys can't take a joke. You just can't take a joke. Everything is your feelings. Oh, I'm sorry I made a joke about MAGA spelling. And you know what? The reason I make jokes about MAGA spelling is because every time I get hate mail, which is daily on X, everything is spelled wrong. Like, so that's why I make that joke.
Well, they don't have their autocorrect turned on their typing apparatus.
Yeah, autocorrect doesn't. It only works to a certain point. You want to hear?
I don't know.
You want to hear a funny story about
autocorrect
autocorrect?
On my phone. It works perfect. Yeah,
I'll tell you a funny story about autocorrect. Back when I was stationed in Sicily, I worked for this guy. I didn't work for. He was the LPO of the shop. Anyway, he was a complete idiot, and they fired him. But he, this dude from Long Island, right? His name was Tafuri. His last name was Tafuri, and he was such a dick that I changed his. I put autocorrect in Microsoft Word and in his Outlook. This is in 2002. This is about as high tech as we could get, and I changed it to say Tafruity. So it's just like changing like 2 letters around. And he sent emails for like a solid 2 weeks. Every one of the signature lines said Russ Tafruity. I thought that was, like that was the funniest thing I'd ever done in my life until I, did funnier things after that. But it was good. Autocorrect can be reprogrammed in hilarious ways. So anyway, that guy was a total asshole. One time I took a screenshot of his desktop and replaced his desktop wallpaper with the screenshot and then deleted all the icons. So he kept clicking on things and they're not there.
Oh, you would have got punched in your face for that shit, dude.
Oh, dude, I would have had to pull you off this guy after about 10 seconds. He was the worst dude I've ever met. Like the worst. See, he just had it coming. Like everyone in the shop fucked with him because he was the worst. But anyway.
We just on the tour bus, we just took a Sharpie and drew dicks on motherfuckers' faces that fell asleep.
It's a classic. It never gets old. Yeah.
You can guarantee I was fucking 1:30 in the morning. I'm sitting there drooling like this, looking at everybody banging fucking coffee. I'm not going to sleep first.
We did that to a dude in the barracks at Fort Meade when we were in school. And when you're in school, like before you go out to the fleet, before you go out to your ship or wherever you're going, school is a little bit more regimented. You got a curfew and stuff like that. And we're in Maryland at Fort Meade, which is just outside Baltimore, right? So it's like halfway. It's about a 30-minute to Baltimore, 35-minute to DC. And so we used to go out and mess around all the time. And we had an inspection on some weekend morning, as like a Sunday morning, as a punishment. And it was dress blues inspection in like July, right? We had done something wrong or whatever. So we're all out drinking the night before. And we drew, chin nuts on this dude, right? He was a friend of mine. and he's passed out in the hallway, and we all get up and get our blues on, wicked hungover, right? And and he didn't even bother to look in the mirror. He just threw his stuff on. He comes rolling out there, and I had to run. I like left formation and went and stopped him. It was like, I was like, Eric, you got to go back upstairs, man. Like, you cannot come out here like that. You got to go wash your face or just play sick. Because if you go up for inspection and you got balls drawn on your chin, like, it's just not going to work. You would have gotten sent out to the fleet, you know, like the next day to be a deck seaman for the next 4 years. But I stopped him. Didn't happen.
So we taking bets on Enrique?
Whether he gets arrested? No.
Whether they hold him in contempt or not?
No, I think if he gets,
they want to hold him in contempt right now.
If he gets held in contempt, it's because he helps them do it. It's not going to be by accident. Or,
well,
I'm saying
no, it's right. But you know what they're asking of him, right?
No.
If you did, then you would understand.
Okay.
And I can't. Obviously, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't talk about it because he. But I mean, if we're still live at 1:30, he's bombing out of there. If he's not out by 1:30 and texting me,
then he's not getting it. No, I don't think. I mean, I don't know what this is about because I didn't talk to him about it, and obviously you can't say, so that's fine. But
what they're asking of him, you'd be like, yeah, no, this is jail worthy. And you know what, dude, I have to give him a lot of credit because not many dudes would be able to, in the face of what he's down there for. Yeah, I know. Rena's been saying it for days. Yeah,
well, I hope not, man. I hope not.
Kai's very happy that you put your shirt on.
Yeah, it was just the one time. Come on. It was fun. I just, it's funny that like, I understand because I'm the only liberal on this network and in most spaces that people get spun up or whatever, and and that's fine. But there's just so much about like my physical appearance and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, like it's like people talking about your lights all the time. It's just like this weird obsession, and I'm like, I don't get it, but like
I think my lighting's pretty good here.
Yeah, it's fine. It's always fine. I don't understand what people are talking about. It's the same as Enrique. It's silhouette stuff. Whatever, man. Like it's a choice. It's a decision. You're doing it the way you want to do it. It's not like you don't know how to light the fucking thing. But people like to fuck around. Oh, do you think that honestly, someone wants to make a skinny joke? Do you honestly think that I haven't heard that my entire life? Like, I mean, like, do you honestly think that would bother me? I'll tell you something. When I was on the ship, when I first got to the ship, right, I weighed like 130 pounds, right? And I was as tall as I am now. I'm 5'11 and a half, and I weighed 130 pounds. My father was the same way. We're always skinny until we get older, and then, shit happens. But, we're just skinny guys, right? Always, I don't need to, talk about anything else. But the fact is that I've always been secure in in the way I look, and I don't give a shit. You don't like it too bad, right? I got a hot wife, good enough for me, right? I got lucky. So, they actually, some engineers on the ship who really hated me started calling me FBA, and I didn't understand what it meant. And finally, one of them said something, not to me, but like to somebody I knew I was friends with, and they told me, "Oh, they're down in the hole, the engineers, they call you FBA." I was like, "What the fuck is that?" They said full-blown AIDS. That's what these guys actually were calling me back then. Now I weigh like 50 pounds more than I did then, because
wasn't there like a grindcore crust fucking band that called Full Blown AIDS?
Yes,
there was.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, I'm sure there is or was. I don't think there are any grindcore bands anymore, but yeah. So like anybody who thinks that busting my balls about
Cannibal's still writing new
physical
music.
appearance. Oh, okay. Anybody who thinks that they're going to hurt my feelings or you're going to get in a zinger by calling me skinny or something, hey, knock yourself out. I can't help you, but it's not going to do shit for me.
I don't think they were making fun of you being skinny. They were making fun of your pepperoni nipples.
Oh, my nipple. That's a new one.
Your-
That's a new one. I've never heard that. But don't all
Somebody said-
nipples look a little
said-
like pepperoni?
No, somebody said no. Somebody said they look like pieces of sliced sopressata.
So prasada. I think don't they all look like that? Is something wrong?
No.
I'm gonna have to look at my.
No.
Well, first of all, I've got the tattoo that surrounds it. I don't think you can really get a good gauge on that, because there's actually ink that got in there. You know what I mean? But whatever. I didn't think we were going to be talking about my tits today, but
Well,
it's a nice surprise.
So, in a roundabout way, without going into specifics, he's going to court in D.C. Enrique's going to court in D.C. to he's at a deposition right now from that church, the black church that sued him and the Proud Boys for $100 million, over $180 sign.
It was a flag.
That
was it?
No, it was a banner. It was one of those. It was like, I don't know. It was like 8 foot by 2 foot banners.
Yeah.
You know, the vinyl banners.
Yeah.
And it's bad enough. He did 4.5 months in fucking prison for it. Got convicted of it. Did 4.5 months in prison when it wasn't even him that destroyed the sign in the first place. And it wasn't any Proud Boys either.
Yeah. Are we not supposed to? I was under the impression that was not supposed to be discussed.
Well, we could talk. No, we've talked about it on the show before, but that's as far as I'm going with any of this.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get
until
anybody's balls busted.
Yeah, no. And I say we should wall up all leftist cities and blue zones like Gaza and not allow the libs. Well,
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable. I mean,
I guess
you know what?
I don't know. I would like to put a border wall between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. That's for damn sure.
Well, you know what, Rob? It's real easy for you just not to go to Massachusetts. Just don't go. In
No, it's
Massachusetts,
actually
people are coming
not. Yes, they are. Because where I live, they all have summer homes here. And they inundate my fucking town and my cities, and they're
Well, they don't vote.
nasty assholes.
They can't vote. So I mean,
No, we
still
don't
get
even
to-
want them to vacation here. We want them to go the fuck home.
All right. Well, you know what? I think that I think that
There's
might be a little
nobody in my
slow.
town that likes. There is nobody in the 5,500 people in my town that like the fucking the snowbirds.
Well, it's the reverse snowbird, isn't it? I mean, going north.
Yeah, no, they go south in the wintertime and come back in the summer.
Oh, they go south to Massachusetts. That's really not south. I mean,
You know what I mean?
South.
That it's just it's an all-encompassing word for the fucking out of towners that fucking come and shit all over our state while they're here to enjoy the beauty that they don't have in Massachusetts, to enjoy the tax-free living for the amount of time that they're here, all the while disrespecting the very culture that affords them the opportunity to do that.
Okay, I think in some states you could make that case, but the difference, first of all, the tax
No.
thing, there is a sales tax in New Hampshire, right?
No, there is not. There's no
There's no
sales tax,
sales
and
tax?
there's no sales tax, no income tax, no
Well, the
fucking
income wouldn't matter because if people are just going there for vacation, it doesn't. It's irrelevant. But
right.
I don't think I know of anybody, and I know people who like to go. Look, I like to go to New Hampshire every once in a while. I mean, I play a lot of baseball in Nashua. Over the last 20 years.
You said Nashua. That's northern Massachusetts. Fuck that. Fuck Nashua.
Okay.
Nashua
Well, it
a
is
shithole.
New Hampshire.
Come out to where I live. That's actual New Hampshire, dude.
Okay. All right. You got a lot of rules as far as what is what, but what I'm saying is, as far as the borders of the United States are concerned, Nashua is firmly in New Hampshire. But
It is.
Call me crazy. So anyway, no, I like New Hampshire, and we've been to North Conway and had a great time in Saco River, and all that. It's a nice place to go, but I don't know. I don't know anybody who goes to New Hampshire. I know I have a lot of friends who go to New Hampshire, every summer. They don't go there so that talking about the sales tax. That's not important. Like it's because it's it's a nice place. It's a nice country. Like it's fun. And to say that we don't have it in Massachusetts is ridiculous, man. If you go to the Berkshires, I mean, you go anywhere like west of Boston. There's plenty of beautiful places. And you talk about
Berkshire. That's about it.
Yeah, well, it counts. And it's not just about it. I mean, you know,
and that's 2 hours.
Well, you know damn well that going to the Cape. You were talking about Bourne the other day. Going
to
the Cape.
I hate the Cape. I hate the Cape, and I sure as shit hate Provincetown. Lots
of people. I would ask you why you don't like Provincetown, but I'm not going to bother because I know the answer. But there. Every state. I've been to almost all of them, not all of them. There's a couple that I haven't been to. Never been to New Mexico. Don't think I ever.
I have.
Yeah, it looks nice. I love it, but I've never been there. But yeah, every state has its. I mean, look, the most beautiful state in the country, as far as a lot of people are concerned, is one that I would never want to live in. But West Virginia is gorgeous. I mean, there's a
Why would you want to live there?
Great place to go to vacation. Well, because it's just too remote. It's too far away from everything. You know what I mean? Like I just wouldn't want to live there, and I don't want to get black lung. But and that's a joke before you get offended. Jesus Christ.
I'm not offended. I don't live there.
No. Yeah. Well, and people who live there shouldn't get offended by a joke like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, no, every state in the country has something to offer. Even ones that you would never want to live in. There's something to see there. New Hampshire is a very small state that has a whole lot to offer. I come from the smallest state, Rhode Island. As much as I
nothing to offer.
Rhode Island does have a lot to offer. I don't want to live there anymore.
Fed Hill.
I live in Massachusetts. I come from Federal Hill, and I'm telling you that
that's all there is.
No, it's not. If you've been to Newport, you've been to Jamestown. Don't give me.
Yeah, of course I have.
I'm going.
Dude, do you know there's more ghettos in Newport than there is in fucking CF?
No, well,
there's more people on. There's more people. There's more people on welfare. There's more people on welfare in Newport than there is in fucking Pawtucket.
Look, yeah, okay. I'd be curious to know the actual.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't know if
you're going to be like, holy. You'd be like, holy shit.
Look, I know there are nasty parts of Newport, right? I know that because I grew up in Rhode Island. But the beautiful parts of Newport are absolutely gorgeous, right? And again, I don't live in Rhode Island, and Jamestown is like just basically perfect, man. Like there's nothing to complain about with Jamestown, right? So, yeah. But again, you can find, I mean, there are absolutely wonderful parts of Manhattan, and then there are horrible parts of Manhattan. You can find everything, same thing with every big city in the country. I mean, the best example I can think of is Chicago, right? So for my work, occasionally I have to go to the Chicago area, right? And the owner of the business that I work for, sometimes work for out there, gets season tickets to the White Sox, right? So I had never been to the south side of Chicago the first time I went out there. And he gave me the company tickets, right? Great seats on the first base line. It was opening day, a home opener. This is like 4 years ago or something, a home opener like 4 years ago. And I go out there, man. He told me, he said, hey, when the game's over, get your ass out of there. Get in an Uber and get out. Don't hang out in that neighborhood, man, because it's a disaster. Don't go to any of the bars, any of the restaurants. Just stay out. And I didn't need to be told twice because it's a disaster. You go to the other side of the city, the north side, where the Cubs play, right? Same deal. Go to the game, go to the stadium. The neighborhood is absolutely gorgeous. They've got public schools where you see kids walking around, walking to and from school, no parental supervision. Nobody's worried about it because it's a gorgeous neighborhood. You see these awesome walk-up brownstones. Just it's unbelievable. And this is like 2 blocks away from the park, right? So in one city, you can see the drastic difference. You're talking about 20 miles away. Not even 20 miles. I don't know what the distance between Wrigley and Comiskey is, but they don't call it Comiskey anymore, but whatever they call it now. It can't be more than like 10 miles. And it's a different planet, So yeah, there are fucked up parts of Newport, and there are great parts of Newport. There are fucked up parts of New Hampshire too. Don't act like there's no ghetto in New Hampshire. There is.
Yeah, Manchester. That's it.
Yeah. But again, parts of Manchester are awesome.
Yeah, but actually, if you haven't been to Manchester in the last year since the Republican mayor has been in, dude, the amount of work that they're doing to try to transform that city is amazing.
Well, hey,
Amazing.
I hope they're successful. That's where I met Tulsi in New Hampshire, in Manchester, when she was running for president as a Democrat.
At UNH?
No, it was at a bar. She was doing that's typical of candidates to have meet and greets at restaurants and bars. I forget the name of the bar, but it's there's actually, if you look at, I can't look at it now, but my picture on my picture on Twitter, it was not a gay bar. My picture on Twitter, you'll be able to see, there's a sign behind us. The picture of me and her on Twitter, my profile picture, there's a sign behind us. That's the name of the bar. I don't know what it is because I can't look at my thing right now. But anyway, so I don't remember the name of the place. But
I just want to give a shout out to Conservative Penn. I love Oklahoma. One of the best states I've ever been to. I love Oklahoma.
That's one of the ones I've never been to. I've been to Norman and Oklahoma a bunch of times. I've been to Oklahoma City. I actually really like Oklahoma. I would like to go to Norman is where the
big fair is.
No, it's where the football team plays, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they play in Norman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the Norman, Oklahoma Renaissance Festival is.
I love how they have they've got the covered wagon that comes out before the game. It's pretty cool. I love college football, so I'd love to go to like all those stadiums, but I'm a Notre Dame fan, so never mind Oklahoma. Although South Bend, Indiana, is no place to go. It's not much fun, but the campus is nice.
Like Gary, Indiana.
Okay, Gary is. I think every other year it's the murder capital of the country. It's like that or Baltimore.
Or in Louisiana. There's Baton Rouge. I think Baton Rouge is up there. I think either Baton Rouge or fucking what do you call it? NOLA.
Well, I'll set you off with this one. Gary's a good example of almost all the guns that are used to commit murders in Chicago come from Gary. They're all bought there, straw purchases, and then dragged into Chicago. And then it's a fact. The FBI statistics say it. Most of the guns used in murders in Chicago come from out of state, and a lot of them come from Indiana and St. Louis.
Yeah, but most of those guns are stolen.
Yeah, some of them are stolen and some of them are straw purchased. But
yeah, dude, the amount of straw purchases that actually happen are almost like slim to none. All right, first of all. Second of all, most of those guns that make their way from Indiana to Chicago or through the fucking drug pipeline, or whether it be fucking, cartels bringing them in or not, most of those guns have been stolen.
Yeah. I'm just saying they come from Indiana.
It's funny that you have a fucking state like mine that you don't have to do background checks for private sales. You can just meet up with somebody in the parking lot and buy a gun. It's perfectly legal. But you never see any of those guns end up in Massachusetts during gun crimes. All the gun crimes that happen in Massachusetts are from stolen guns.
Yeah, which says nothing about gun laws.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about gun laws, but it also says that there are people like we self-regulate here. There are people that I would look at and be like, I'm not selling you a gun. And that's the mindset of most of the people that live here. It's the culture of it. That's why you don't see ever guns from New Hampshire going into Massachusetts in the commission of a crime.
Well, I don't know what that says about anything. All I know is that there are very few people who live in New Hampshire. In comparison,
we have 1.7 million. We have 1.7 million people here.
Yeah, I understand. Which is how many? What's the percentage of that compared to the people who live in Massachusetts, or even
but we have like an 88% gun ownership in the state. 88% of our population
owns guns.
Yep, in the state, absolutely.
Okay.
We have the highest per capita gun ownership pretty much
You
in the
mean
country.
88% of the people who are over the age of 18 or whatever? I don't know what the law is, but it can't be 88%
Adults, yeah.
of the people, because obviously you would be counting
88% of legal aged adults
Okay,
own
I'm
guns here.
just clarifying it because it's
Right.
okay. So that is
I think
significantly
everybody.
less.
I think everybody
but-
knew what the fuck I meant by that, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, so that knocks the number of gun owners. Like if you said 88% of 1.7 million people, I'd say, well, that's crazy. So
I
it's
think
gotta
we
be
only have
88%.
yeah, but I think we only have 130,000 or 140,000 school age kids in the state.
Really?
I think it's some ridiculously low number. Yeah, because when I was doing the research about this new bill,
Even
that
with the
was,
even with the 27 that you have.
I don't have 27, and they're all adults, and they don't live in the state. You fucking dickhead! You're such an asshole.
I know. Hey, you walked into it. I got to do it.
Yeah, the new school choice bill that they just passed here.
Well, that's a good.
I was looking into it.
What is,
It actually
what is
is.
the school choice bill? I don't know about it.
So-
What is it?
Hold on. So each child is allotted. There's 286,000. That's what it was. I said I thought it was 186. 286,000. That's what
That's
we
still
have in
low.
the state
Still low.
out of 1.7 million people.
Mhm.
So basically, it says that. So we have these things called SAUs. That's our school. That's what I call our school districts. And in a town like mine, my son goes to a high school that is 45 minutes south of us. We don't have a high school in our town. We just have a middle school, 1 to 8, right? Or kindergarten to 8, K through 8. And then, so now there's a bunch of different schools around us. The state allots pretty much a price tag on the child. Let's just say $7,000. All right, that's because we're going to do the easy math. Now, I can choose to send him to a charter school. I can choose to send him to a Christian school. I can choose to send him to another school in another town that I think is better. And let's say that school says that their tuition is $10,000.
You got to pay
The state, I got to pay the difference.
Got it.
Pretty simple. Like they give you the choice to send your kid anywhere you want. And in a situation like that, let's say my kid goes to this other school over by Lake Winnipesaukee, I have to drive him there. He doesn't get any bus from it. But it just opens up school, choice for you to be able. And the people that are pulling their kids out of public schools in places like Manchester and Nashua and Salem and Portsmouth, because they're all shit fucking schools, and there's a ton of fucking bullshit that going on there, and sending their kids to better schools on the dime of the government the liberals in this state are having a fucking meltdown because of it.
Well, I can tell you as liberal,
tell
you what I think of it, but go ahead.
Why? Well, shouldn't I have the opportunity to send my kid to the best fucking school possible? And if I'm paying taxes for him to go to this school, that I should be able to take those taxes and apply them to anywhere I want to send them?
Sure, I understand the argument. I'm not, and don't get upset with me. I'm just saying I'll give you the counter argument.
Well, the counter argument from all of the liberals in the state house, and I have them quoted as saying that this is white flight. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, I'm not going to get into the racial aspect of it, but
that's what they're bitching about.
What I would say, just from an economic standpoint, this is, and I'm going to say it, and you're gonna want to jump down my throat, but let me finish it. This is the definition of socialism, right? So what we're saying is we don't want to pay for public school because we don't like the outcomes, we don't like the education. Fair enough. Gotcha. But you are asking the government and the taxpayers to pay for you to go to a school that I'm assuming you can't afford, because if you could have, you'd already be sending them there, right? So you're asking for a subsidy for something that you can't on your own afford or don't want to pay for, right? That is the picture postcard dictionary definition of socialism.
No,
Now, if
no,
you
it's
don't
not.
like socialism, then I don't think you should like this policy. Now, I don't have a problem with people wanting to take their kids out of public school because they're not happy with the education. All you're trying to do is look out for your kids, and that's what parents are supposed to do. So it's not that I have a problem with you wanting to send your kids to a religious school if you think that that's a better school, or a school in another town. But let's be very clear about what you're asking. You're asking for the government, i.e. the taxpayers, to pay for you to send your kids to a school that you can't afford. That's what you're asking.
I pay property taxes for my child to be able to go to these schools. The money that I put into my son going to school, I should be able to choose to use that money wherever the fuck I want. That's not socialism.
No, but let's be
That's
clear.
not
You're going to
socialism.
pay that. You're going to pay that property tax no matter what, right? No matter
No, I'm
where
not.
your kid goes to school, or if you didn't have kids.
No, I'm not.
You still would have
Actually,
to pay
we
that
have
property
something.
tax.
We have something. No, you're wrong. Actually, we have something called in current use in New Hampshire,
Mm-hmm.
where like properties like mine, I can say that I'm only using this much of my property, and my property tax would be, I think, like $150 a year, $200 a year.
But how does that
But
have
I
anything
didn't-
to do with your kids, though?
But I didn't do that because I felt that my son is still going to school, that I'm paying my fair share into him going to school. But I want to take that money and I want to apply it somewhere else. I should be able to do that. And
Right,
that's what
but
the school
in
choice
most,
is basically
in most
doing.
cases, in most states, that's not a thing. And what basically,
Right, but I'm not talking
you'd
about
be
most
saying-
states. I'm talking about New Hampshire.
Okay, but I'm talking about school choice in general, right? School choice in general. And this has been something
Well,
that Republicans
Texas
and
is
Democrats
school
have been arguing about for like 40 years. So the idea is that what people are saying when they say school choice is that they're saying, I want the government to send my kids to a school that I couldn't otherwise pay for, because you would already be paying for it if you could, right? Now, in my case, like I can tell you as an example, I understand that I think Catholic schools are the best schools in the world. I went to one my entire life until college, right? And the reason I could afford to go to the Catholic school that I went to, because no one else in my neighborhood could afford to go there, right? I could afford to go there because my dad taught there and his dad taught there, right? So I got to go for free, right? Because he was an employee of the Diocese of Providence, right? Now, that was a benefit I got lucky I had, because I got the best education I could have gotten in the state of Rhode Island at the time. And we had horrible nicknames for the public schools. The one closest to me was Mount Pleasant. We called it Mount Pregnant, right? There was Central High School downtown. We called it Central Booking. Like, I mean, these were bad schools, man. And if I had gone to either one of those schools, my life probably would have turned out drastically different than it has. Okay. So I am grateful that I got to go to a school, but I got to go there because my dad earned the right for me to go there, not because we had enough money to spend on it. But I can't imagine what would happen in the state of Rhode Island if they decided to say, we have school choice and we're going to pay for kids to go to LaSalle that costs like $18,000 a year now. Like, so you say that there's an upper limit, and then you got to make up the difference. Well, if you want to send anybody in Providence to a good school that's not a public school, what are they going to do? They're going to start subsidizing everybody to the tune of like 15 grand or something like that. I don't think that's sustainable, man. I think it's one of those instances where it sounds good until you start working on the math, and then people are like, oh shit, we really can't afford that.
Yeah, well, listen, Rhode Island's dead as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck.
They're over 1 million
It
people
is.
live there.
It's a shithole.
It's not.
It's a fucking shithole.
There are parts.
My
of
best
it
friend.
that like every
My best
other-
friend lives in Providence. I know, and it's a shithole. It's a
Look,
shithole.
Look, I mean, you gotta, I think you got to back off the generalizations about
Why?
entire states.
I spent
Because-
20 years going there. I was in Providence fucking
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
know.
every day.
I was born and raised there. I'm telling you, there are
It's a shithole.
horrible parts of it. It is not like if I say that about some like Midwestern state or whatever, people get offended constantly. If I say that the entire state of
Okay, so then don't
Mississippi
get offended.
is an illiterate shithole, I'm not getting offended. I'm saying you're wrong. There's a difference. I'm just saying
I'm not
you're
wrong.
You're not.
I'm not, but I'm basing
don't
it
know.
on actual knowledge of being there.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not
grew
saying
up
it like
there, Rob.
somebody
There is no,
that's never
there
been
is-
there.
There is no possibility that you know more about the state of Rhode Island than I do because I was born and fucking raised.
Do me a
in it,
favor.
okay? I
Do
lived
me a
there
favor.
for
This
25
weekend,
years of my life.
Go to the problem.
Say again? You froze, Rob. Rob seems to have froze. I don't know what happened there. We'll wait for him to get back. Anyway, Rob is talking about the state of Rhode Island where I grew up, lived till I was 19, and then came back to for another 5 years. So there's 24 years of my life I lived there. My whole family comes from there, and he's saying it's a shithole. All of it's a shithole. I mean, look, there are definitely shitty parts of Providence. There's shitty parts of every place every city, every state has got their eyesores and their black eyes and whatnot. But you can't just. I wouldn't say about a state that I had a bad experience in. Like, I went to California to San Francisco one time with a bunch of the Proud Boys back in 2019, and I had like a horrible experience with some of the people there. Same thing in Portland, Oregon. I'm not going to say the state of California and the state of Oregon are just shitholes because I didn't have a good time there. There are plenty of look. I just think that the generalizations with that go way too far. I don't get it. So I'm going to put up some of these comments because Rob can't. No consideration for what kids are going through. I don't know what you mean by that, Lady A360, but if you want to comment again, I can clarify. I can comment on it. Good shup, Patty. Did you abort your kids? I don't know what a shup is, and that's not how you spell Patty. And I don't know what you're talking about, aborting kids. That's got nothing to do with me. But okay, whatever. Right, because libs are all about me, and no one else. Fate, I don't know what that's supposed to mean either. If you're going to make comments, I mean, look, you can say whatever you want. We'll put it up on the screen. We're not censoring people here. But if you actually want me to understand what you're saying, be a little clarify at least a little bit so that I know what the fuck I'm responding to, because you don't know them either. We aren't who TV portrays. I think I might know what you're talking about here. We aren't who TV portrays. Are you talking about just MAGA? You think saying that TV portrays MAGA as stupid or ignorant or shit kickers or stuff like that? If that's the case, you may have a point. I think that CNN, MSNBC, a lot of the big networks do cherry pick stupid people at MAGA events and show them on television for what they actually say and what they are. But that doesn't mean that everybody at a MAGA event or everybody who voted for Trump is stupid. I know that because I've spent the last like 7 years going to these events. I've had hundreds, if not probably more than 1,000 conversations with, hardcore MAGA fans. And, not everybody is an idiot. I don't think that I've ever said that. This is a long one. Let's see. Oh, I can see this is a 2A thing, right? All right. I want my money to stay with me so I can provide for my own children. I'm not asking the state for anything. I don't want to be funding other people's kids in a broken system, especially in today's world where my tax dollars are being used to educate illegal immigrants. That's a fact. Illegal immigrants do go to public school. If I choose to send to public school, that's my choice, and the money go to the state. If I choose not to, my money doesn't go to the state. Well, again, I just think that the whole concept of school choice is what it's called, but I think they should come up with a better name than that. I think that it's going to get really expensive if you try to do this. So I'm just talking from a fiscal perspective. I don't know how you can possibly afford to make this work. I think if it were affordable, a lot of red states, right-wing leaning states would have done it before, would have done it already. And the fact that it hasn't really been tried on a large scale. I know there are some municipalities that have done this, but I think that just shows that it's probably a pipe dream that this could actually work. I think what would be better is for us to fix public schools, because when you say that public schools are, all fucked up, I can't argue with that. That's a fact. But fixing them would be better than just shit canning the system completely. Spots are and they cheat. Yeah, that's failing schools fail. Well, the problem with that, Jason, is that if you let failing schools fail instead of trying to fix them, you're going to end up with a lot of municipalities that don't have schools anywhere near them. That wouldn't happen here in Boston because we've got a bunch of very good public schools. Boston Latin is the first public school in the country, and it's one of the best still. But there would be neighborhoods where, kids would have to, get bused, which is a problem, halfway across town. And you end up spending half the day commuting to and from school. And that's not, it's not conducive to anybody's schedule. It's not good for parents. It's not good for kids. So the idea of a neighborhood school, and that's the thing, I went to neighborhood schools. When I went to grammar school, again, Catholic school, I could walk there in 5 minutes. And when I went to high school, I could walk there in 15 minutes, which is weird because my father taught there and he used to not give me a ride and make me walk, especially in the winter. He was a real ball buster like that. So putting words, not listening, classic Patty. Again, that's not how you spell Patty. But whatever, point proven. Yeah. Okay. Most leftist ran schools are nothing more than jails for kids for a day now. Anyway, there are no way education centers. Well, I don't know where you're coming from with that. I think that, lately the far right has taken to the idea that everybody who sends their kids to public school is an idiot, and every teacher is there to trans your kids or abuse your kids. And I think it really does. It's insulting to decent educators who spend a whole lot of time, a whole lot of their own personal time, and a lot of times their own personal money trying to make the educational experience better for your kids. Just to denigrate teachers that way, I think is, again, it's an exaggeration, and it's a generalization that I think we probably don't need. We should open trade schools as an alternative option. That is outstanding, True MAGA. I agree with that 100%. And I really do think this about community colleges. After high school, I think that we should take the stigma off trade schools and community colleges and just admit that, hey, it's not for everybody to go to a 4-year liberal arts college. You should, you should be able to go to a trade school and get an education and be respected and be able to earn a living and raise a family and God forbid, buy a home. Just as a worker in a factory or an auto mechanic or any of the stuff you would learn in trade school. So I think it's important that we seriously take that. We take what you're saying seriously, man, because that's absolutely a constructive, positive comment. I like that. Very good. Very good. Okay. Next one. This is again from 2A New York, 2A4 New York. Any recommendations on how to fix the public school system? I'm open for suggestions. Yeah. I think the first thing you do is you pay teachers more. And when I say this, I know that a lot of people who are fiscal hawks are going to have a problem with it. But I think when you pay people more, you attract better people. I think anybody with any common sense knows that. Now, what you have with teachers and police officers, right? I'm going to put them both in this category, right? They're really hard jobs to do that are way too easy to get. Right. I think it should be harder to become a police officer and harder to become a teacher. But if you do it, I think you should get paid a whole lot more. Right. Because a lot of these teachers, and, my father was a teacher and his father was a teacher, and albeit in Catholic school where they get paid even less than public schools. But the money is garbage and the work is really hard. And I know people like to say, oh, they get the summers off and all that stuff. I don't ever remember a summer where my father didn't have to get a job. You know what I mean? Like, so you just don't make the money that that the job really requires. So I think that's the first thing you have to do is pay people more. The second thing is infrastructure. And this is where the government has to make an investment in physically fixing a lot of these schools. You see a lot of these buildings are falling down. You can't teach kids when shit's falling off the roof. It's just not, it doesn't work. We have to be, if we're serious about public schools, we need to build them properly. And I'll tell you, I live in Belmont and it's a nice town. It's outside the city and right across from Cambridge. And the high school here, the public school here is like a cathedral. It's gorgeous. Like I volunteer sometimes for the public access TV station here, and I shot video inside the school, and I couldn't believe how gorgeous it was. I was like, this is amazing, you know? But you go down to Dorchester and you're going to see a jacked up school that nobody cares about, right? So you go to Roxbury, you're going to see a jacked up school that nobody cares about.
Brockton.
You go to Brockton, exactly. So, and this also applies to rural areas that have schools that are falling down, you know, and pay teachers nothing. So I really think that we got to pay teachers more. We got to make it harder to become one, right? I think there are programs that you could institute where veterans who want to teach can do so, you know, with an extra stipend or whatever it is, or people who graduate, you know, with a degree in teaching can get their student loans paid off if they teach for like 5 years in a public school, things like that. There are a lot of things that we can do, but really, I think it's the infrastructure of the physical buildings and paying the teachers more. I think that would go a long way towards making a lot of improvements. Sorry, it was a little long-winded.
Bro, somebody hit a fucking telephone pole.
Oh yeah, you lost your power.
The whole campground did.
Oh Jesus, that's a pain in the ass. I'm waiting for mine to go because these idiots are out here messing with the gas lines, and I'm sure they're gonna break something, you know. But whatever. So yeah, 2A4 New York Unleashed. That's my spiel on that. Yeah, and you had another comment. Said something about something being shitty. Only self-made millionaires should be allowed to teach. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure no self-made millionaire wants to teach, but yeah, sure. If we could get a couple 100,000 of those, yeah, but I think we both know that that's not going to happen. What is this? Teachers should get paid on the level of passing grades of the students get paid. Okay, so that's a legit point. There's has been a lot of talk about that over the years.
It incentivizes the teachers to fucking do a better job. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's also that also bleeds into like healthcare. There have been a lot of people have made the point over the years that you know, hospitals get paid on the number of procedures they perform rather than the outcomes. And there's something to be said for that, to decide like, hey, how healthy are your patients, or how smart are your kids, or how well they're doing. The only issue I would have with this, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. The only issue I would have with it is when you talk about grades, there's a whole lot of ways that teachers could just decide to give themselves a raise by passing everybody, you know what I mean, or giving everybody an A. There would have to be a lot of oversight for this. And for that, you really couldn't abolish the Department of Education, because there's no way, like if I was a dirtbag as a teacher and I knew that I could make $10,000 extra if all my kids got B's or better. If I'm an asshole, all my kids are getting B's or better, even if they're illiterate, you know? So I just think that there's probably not a good way to police that. But it's, I mean, in theory, it's a good idea. State oversight testing to grade the teachers. Well, yeah, I mean, if the states can do that, then yeah, I don't have a problem with it. But you know, a lot of times standardized tests do not tell you how smart a kid is. You know what I mean? Or what their potential is.
All right, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm not going to jail.
You're not going to jail.
No.
Too bad.
A bunch of fucking lawyers just sat there, argued with him for about 3 hours. They kept asking me questions, pleading fifth. some of them I didn't. Some of them were just like stupid. They're like, "How much money do you have in your Cash App?" And I'm like, "Dude, I got like $200 in my Cash App." like you want me to put that into the $2.8 million that I fucking owe you? Fine, here. What's your Cash App? He's like, "Oh, I can't accept the money right now." I'm like, "Oh, then you guys are fucked." I'm spending this on I'm spending this on fucking cigarettes and fucking food. So yeah, but I'll cover it a little bit more when I get a chance, if I can really join you guys.
Well, why don't
Hopefully
you?
tomorrow?
Okay, I was gonna say, why don't you hop on now? You're on your phone. Just join Patty and I. We got almost 700 people in
the
here.
The problem that I have is I don't want to show where I'm at. You know how DC is.
Oh, I got you. So the crazies don't know where to come and hang out with you.
Mm-hmm.
I already told Antifa where
he was at. The screamer won't show up.
Patty already told Antifa where you were at.
Oh, perfect. I'm right in front of the White House, so come over here.
He's right in front of the White House. He says, "Come over there."
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're not going to jail now.
Yeah, I'm not going to jail now. It doesn't guarantee I don't go to jail later. Let's see if they're satisfied with my answers. I don't know about that, but
these motherfuckers want $2.8 million.
That's wild, huh?
2.8.
Like a fucking 40. It's a $40 acrylic banner.
I know. I think maybe there was $180 in the materials between the wood and the banner.
No. Well, yeah, if you count the wood, I guess. I mean, I don't even know. You know what? I still have not seen the video of that banner, and I still don't know where the fuck that church is.
Well, I don't know how much I can say right now while we're live, or how much you want me to say.
Oh God. But let's see. All right, what I'll do is I'll call you guys. If you guys are still on, I'm gonna order my Uber, and I gotta fucking drive pretty far.
And then you'll pop in.
Huh?
You're gonna pop in?
Yeah, I'll probably pop in.
All right.
If you guys are still on, because I gotta do a couple calls, and then I gotta get in the Uber.
All right. Well, do what you got to do. If we're still live, fucking
Just
hop
it.
in.
All right.
All right. Later.
All right. Later.
Well, there you go. There you have it. He's not in jail.
Yeah. Well, we'll try and fix that next time. I'm sure I could figure out a good reason for him to go to jail. I think he likes it better in there anyway.
I don't know. 3 hots in a cot, and you don't really have to think about anything. But I don't know. Diesel therapy kind of sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not down with that. Okay.
Reno, you forgot to say no homo.
Right.
But I guess in his case, it's definitely homo.
Could be. So we've gone over school choice now, guns. Anybody want to talk about any other controversial issues? You want to talk about fucking terminal cancer or something more fun? Like, I don't know. Anybody want to talk about sports?
Nah, I don't think anybody gives a shit about sports anymore, dude.
You know what's funny is that I thought, and I learned this really quick when I started going to MAGA events, and especially being around Proud Boys since 2018. None of them are into sports at all, and I found that weird because it's like man's man kind of thing, and like everybody's like I don't understand, I don't know anything about that shit, and I'm like, wow, that really did. It still surprises me when I see guys like I would assume you like football, but you don't.
No,
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it was surprising to me.
No, because I don't like sitting at home in front of the TV. Like
playing them though. I mean, like
Oh yeah, playing it. And my son plays football. He's in a Div 1 team, and I'm there every fucking weekend. He's playing fucking. He's that to me. That's
What is a pinko anyway? You know what? It's one of those words that I've heard a million times, but I never bothered to figure out what it means. Lefty pinko commie. What is a pinko?
I would assume that pinko means faggot.
I don't know if it does. I can't look it up because my arms aren't long enough. Yeah, well, your computer's right in front of you. Mine is like 5 feet away. I can't reach it unless I go off camera. Lefty pinko commie. I mean, it's a popular phrase, pinko commie, but I just never knew what pinko meant.
Okay, so pinko is a pejorative term for a person on the left of the political spectrum. The term has its origins in the notion that pink is a lighter shade of red, a color associated with communism.
Oh, gotcha. So it's like communist adjacent kind of thing, pinko. Like, yeah, I get it now. That makes sense. So it doesn't mean.
I mean, usually, you know, when I grew up on 80s movies and when they were talking about the pinko commies, they were talking about the Russians.
Yeah, or Russian sympathizers, whatever, which are now called MAGA.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, dude! Are you fucking kidding me?
There is a Russian fetish. There is a Russian fetish among MAGA. There has been for a long time.
Nothing to do with a Russian fetish. No, there is not.
Dude, I've been paying attention to this for the last, like, I don't know, since like maybe
because we don't feel like we should be spending money in fucking Ukraine.
No, this is
because we don't believe that fucking.
This before MAGA, right? So I started paying attention to, like, right-wing extremists back in like 2008, whatever, when I really got into following this stuff. And a lot of the really hardcore right-wing conspiracy theorists are like, you call them Russophiles, you know, people who love Putin, right? And it started a lot with the fact that Obama and Putin hated each other so much that it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they would just like reflexively like Putin because Obama hated him, and they legitimately hated each other. And then when the anti-gay laws, basically you can throw a gay guy off a roof if you want to in Russia, laws
There's
got
no
passed.
such fucking laws in that, but that happens in the fucking Middle East. No, dude.
No, it does. Look, you know how I feel about the Middle East.
People are not throwing people off of fucking buildings in fucking Russia because they're
what
fucking
I'm saying
gay.
is you can
not
do
allowed
whatever,
to get fucking married.
You can do whatever you want to
fucking deal.
No. The whole law that says you can't propagandize if you're gay, like, basically just means that you have to stay in the closet. And that's what it is. And the evangelicals love that. Well, I think there is, but the evangelicals love that. So they
I'm not an evangelical. I'm not even close to it.
No, I'm saying, but this is where it started. This started a long time ago.
Homosexuality is degeneracy.
It started before Trump, right? So again, if you want to call gays degenerates, that's your hang up, man. It's not mine. So what these guys do is that the evangelicals have absolutely loved Putin forever, and the MAGA crowd, by extension, has started to love Putin. But what I'm telling you is that, like, the Second Amendment is your big thing. You want to have a gun in Russia? Good luck with that. You can't.
Oh yeah, no, you're not getting a gun. I don't fetishize fucking Russia at all. But you know what? I don't believe that we should be fucking the world's police and tell people how to fucking run their goddamn countries. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that they subjugate the gays in Russia. I don't care. It does nothing for me. It doesn't affect my life. Fuck them. No. They can live however they want. And on top of that, I don't care that the fucking Doom Coons are throwing fucking gays off of buildings. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
What I'm saying is I don't. Look, we're not doing anything to Russia over their gay laws. We're not doing anything about that. You talk about Ukraine.
But you're the one that brought it up.
Well, what I'm saying is,
I don't fetishize Russia because of that. I don't fetishize Russia at all.
A lot of people in MAGA do.
No, they don't. Dude.
Please, I've had hundreds of conversations with people who absolutely love Putin, and the reason they love him is because he hates gays and he hated Obama. That's it.
Oh, that is such a myopic fucking view of that, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? It is. It absolutely fucking is.
No, I've asked people and I've gotten the answer, and that's the answer. That's the answer every single
time. You know
time.
how many fucking conservative gays there are, first of all? Do you know how many people in the conservative fucking movement have zero issue with gay people and homosexuality? There's very few people that are on my spectrum when it comes to that. Very fucking few.
Oh, no, not at Trump rallies, they're not. At Trump rallies, they all agree.
Oh, my God. Okay, because they're kicking Scott Presler out. They're kicking conservative Ant out. They're kicking fucking the MAGA tranny there, whatever the fuck her goddamn name is, Blair something.
Laura Loomer is her.
How did I know you were going to go there?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have said it if you knew it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like,
You know
I
can't
knew
help
you were going to
myself.
go there.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I get most of the hate for jokes, and I was at the Reawaken America tour in Tennessee.
No, I thought it was funny, dude. I was
No,
like,
no.
"Oh,
I know you do, but I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for that. But
whatever."
Roger Stone especially gets angry when I say something about Laura. Like one time he told me I stepped over the line because I posted a picture of her side by each, as we would say in Rhode Island, with the with Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because she looks just like him.
No,
And-
she does not look like fucking.
Oh,
Tim
absolutely.
Curry,
Go
dude.
look up Tim Curry, Dr. Frankenfurter, and Laura Loomer. And if
I
you
know
want,
what she looks like.
Yeah, she looks.
I know what
just
Loomer
like
looks like. She does
Yeah.
not look like Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yes, she does. And I put a picture up side by side, and Roger got pissed and said, "You crossed the line now." Now, mind you, Roger has threatened to kill me like 100 times and has said some of the nastiest stuff about me you could possibly say. But I crossed the line because I made fun of his friend. Get the fuck out. Anyway, the jokes
Oh,
people can't
you
stand.
pissed the sponsor off there, Patty.
I what?
You pissed the sponsor off.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't care. No, she doesn't. You forgot the apostrophe. Why can't anybody spell? So, yeah, and again, there's another one. Patty, incorrectly spelled. Whatever. Patty, that's a lie. There's no law in Russia that lets Russian citizen throws gays. Okay, obviously there's no law that says you can throw them off the roof. I was being hyperbolic. Okay.
No, but the goat fuckers do it.
Yeah, they do.
All the time.
They do. And I don't understand why you think I support them. I don't. They're scumbags. I wouldn't. The
Then why
only
do you give
time
a
I
shit
ever
about
went to.
Palestine?
What's that?
Then why do you give a shit about Palestine?
I give a shit about Palestine because I don't like to see kids get bombed and starved. I don't care who.
You mean the next generation of terrorists?
I mean, you know how many Christians?
You mean the next
live in
generation of
Gaza?
terrorists?
So you don't mind that kids starve and get bombed in hospitals? You don't mind that? That doesn't
No,
bother
you don't mind that they killed over 1,000 fucking people on October 7th?
Of course I
and
do.
fucking
Everybody
deserve
involved.
everything that they fucking get. Do you
Every-
not believe that there's
no.
collateral? There's a thing called collateral damage in war.
No, but this is too
It's
much.
fucking war.
This is too much. No. It's
They're
not.
not.
Look,
They're not purposely. They're not, dude. Listen, I
Yes,
got
they
nothing.
are.
I got nothing good to say about the Israeli government. I got nothing good to say about the Israeli government. The Jewish people, I have no problem with. The Israeli government, I have a huge fucking problem with.
which is
okay?
where we agree 100%.
So, but understand that things are where they are right now because Hamas, at that moment, decided to make an incursion into
I
Israel
understand that.
and kill
Israel's
people.
response.
And whatever
is-
happens from that, sorry, it sucks. But you know what? They're in Mecca. They're in their heaven. Fucking
No,
goats.
That's
Give-
just
give
not the
two
way.
shits.
That's look. Israel has the wherewithal, the ability, the military precision to not be killing as many civilians as they're killing. They just don't give a shit, and
Do
that's
you
the
understand
problem.
that Hamas is putting their civilians?
Yes,
in
it's human shields.
danger
I
on-
understand that.
Yes,
I do.
and so what? They're not supposed to take out the people that tried to take them out just because they're using human shields? Fuck off,
No,
dude. Come
that's
on.
that's not what I'm saying. Don't speak for me. What I'm saying is that they're not doing enough to minimize the casualties. They're not.
They're
Because
not?
they honestly don't give a shit. No, they're not. They're not even trying. They're not trying. When you bomb a hospital, you're not trying.
I think Muslims are subhuman anyway, so I guess.
All right. I think that I can say that the Islamic
And that's not
religion
even a
is
joke.
cancer, and I believe that. But I don't believe that you can say. I mean, well, you can say whatever you want, but I don't. I want to disassociate myself, disavow that comment because
Why?
Muslims are not subhuman.
Their
just have-
ideology is incompatible with Western values and Western civilization.
Well, you know what? So is look. I don't disagree that Islam is disgusting. The book is disgusting, right? But and I'm not. So I've said that. I'm there's no but here, right? The Bible is also disgusting. Leviticus is a disgusting, stupid, hateful,
you mean the
moronic book.
the Old Testament that real true Christians look at and go, now,
Yeah, well,
like
what
any
I'm
true
saying-
Christian I know follows the word of Christ, not what happened before, because it is the New Testament for a reason when Christ said that this was then, now is now.
Right.
And I'm
Jesus
breaking it
also
down for the
said-
idiots
no, that's not true. Jesus said that I came to fulfill the law, not to abolish the law. The law being the Torah, right? The law is the Torah. The Leviticus is part of that. Okay.
Then Christ
it
never
blatantly says that
Christ
gays
never
should be
spoke once
killed.
about homosexuality. By the way,
He never spoke once about homosexuality, but he said I came to fulfill the law. Now, look, I agree. If you live your life by Jesus Christ, by the teachings of Jesus Christ, you're going to be a good person, and I want to be around
completely
you.
disavow the Old Testament.
The Old Testament? Well, that's not what Christianity teaches. You've created your
Well,
own.
I know.
religion.
Well, then I have my own religion. I believe in Christ, but I don't believe in the fucking Old Testament.
Okay. Well, most Christians would not agree with you on that. And
I
my
know.
problem is,
And I fight with them all the time
is-
on it. I don't give a shit.
But one of the focus of my show is on the MAGA pastors and the prophets and stuff. And I know that that's a lot of people don't like talking about it, but I find it fascinating. All of these people spend their time talking about the Old Testament, and then they skip to Revelation because they're allergic to the gospel. Because actually quoting Jesus is kind of it's not that hateful, and they really are just hateful people.
Well, there are some people like the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yes,
They're a fucking prime example, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, thankfully they don't exist.
Listen,
anymore.
I stood counter protesting those motherfuckers for the first 13 years of me being in the fucking Patriot Guard, dude. That's what we did. We stood there, and if they ever did show up, I think they only showed up one time in Massachusetts. We were in Plymouth, and we ended up getting on our bikes. A couple of us pipe hitting motherfuckers got on our bikes and hunted them down and got them the fuck out. And
if
they
anybody
ran
ever
scared.
deserved a beating, it was those people. But
dude, the whole counter protesting was us standing there with flags so that the family couldn't see them. The cops would allow them to protest because they couldn't not allow them to, even though it's fucking disgusting. But they would make them go far enough away that the flag line blocked the family from seeing them. And if they got louder, we would turn on our bikes and we would rev our motors up.
yeah,
So that it would drown
like
them
I
out.
said yesterday on the space, I think that the worst thing about those people isn't their stupid religious beliefs, which are just completely out of the mainstream of what anybody.
Your son
thinks.
come home in body bags because God hates fags.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what they used to chant.
The biggest beef I had with the whole thing is that they were doing this at funerals when they know that the parents and the families of these, poor dead soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines didn't want to make a scene at their own kid's funeral. So they were restrained. It's like, if I know you can't punch me back, spitting in your face is not an act of courage. It's an act of cowardice, right? So they knew that these people couldn't or wouldn't, go and punch him in the mouth for saying what they were saying. So they felt free to do it. And that is the most suckerish behavior you could possibly engage in. And it's just disgusting.
Yeah, that's where we came in. There was a few of us that broke what was supposed to be protocol to do our thing.
Yeah, well, I think the statute of limitations would be up on that by now. So I don't
It
think
is.
you-
It is. Yeah.
think you're out again.
There was a crew of us that just went and
Yeah.
took care of business if that showed up. But again, I think there was one in Swampscott, which was, dude, they had a case on the whole 9 yards. It was fucking beautiful and amazing. And but they were saying that they were going to show up for the one in Swampscott, and I think there was like one or two, but they were just like people who believed in the Westboro Baptist Church that actually lived in Mass. They showed up and didn't say anything. They
Really?
saw
I
them.
Yeah.
There's people in Massachusetts that were subscribing to the Westboro Baptist Church bullshit, and I couldn't think of anything less Christ-like than what they were doing.
Oh no, it really, like, quite. I think people overuse the word literally, but I literally cannot think of anything worse than what those fucking people were doing. Like, I mean, that's just, and I don't. I mean, I understand. Look, hey, we have a First Amendment here. They have the right to do it, but not going to cry about some of them catching a beating.
No,
Reno says I'd be happy to talk about it, Pat. You know what, Reno? I'll talk to you about anything as soon as you start spelling my name correctly. It's not
You know he's
hard.
doing it on purpose. He already said up in the comments that he was spelling it like that on purpose.
Okay. Well, I didn't
Just
see
to
it.
piss
But
you off.
I missed that one. Well, I'm not pissed off, but I'm just saying I'll talk to you as soon as you spell my name correctly. I'm not Stover, brother. I know my religion. Oh, taking a shot at Stover.
Ooh.
Ow.
Look, most of the people that are watching this have no idea about the inside fucking jokes.
Yeah, I know. That show is just bananas. That's like that's the black sheep of this whole. If I'm not the
It's
black sheep
fun,
of this
dude.
network, it's got to be that. It's like the red eye of like the Fox. It's just like a really weird culty show where like I mean like culty in the sense that it's just all inside jokes and just very strange. You watch it if you want, but it's
Not going to be able to join my Uber driver as a leftist.
Oh Jesus Christ! What is that? What he won't take right turns? I don't know what the fuck that. What's the problem with that? What are we talking about? My Uber driver is the leftist.
Because don't passengers get rated along with fucking Uber drivers too?
I don't know. You know what I really
Isn't
hate
that how it
about
works?
every time I get an Uber driver who's a white man, I get immediately irritated, right? Because they want to talk to you the whole fucking time. You put the earbuds in. They want to talk
Why
to you.
blacks don't want to talk?
Nope.
They're the biggest motor mouths on the planet.
No. You get the Middle Eastern guys, you get the Asians, you get the Mexicans. They don't talk to you. They don't say shit because half of them don't speak English in the first place. But if they did, they know not to talk to you. You get a white guy. If a guy's name is fucking Gary or Steve, Gary and Steve are going to chew your fucking ear off, and it drives me crazy. I can't stand it. Every time I get one, I'm like, oh, come on, man. You know, where is fucking Julio or whatever? I can't.
Oh.
I don't want
Jason
Gary.
They
I
can
don't want
also end
Steve.
the ride too. So if he's a lefty, then he could just fucking pull over, give him a bad fucking passenger review, and fucking throw him out. I guess he's got to get to his plane. I've never been in an Uber.
Well, they're better than cabs, I'll tell you that. Cab drivers are always the worst. I won't even get in a cab. If there's a line of yellow cabs in New York, I will sit there and wait for an Uber. Like I won't get in a fucking city cab ever again, unless it's the only option. But
oh my god,
it's 2-hour Uber. I don't want to get left in Yankeeville. Okay, if you think that Washington D.C. is Yankeeville, you don't know how to read a map.
Isn't it north of the Mason-Dixon there, guy?
Yeah, that's not Yankeeville. Yankeeville is New York and above. Like, and really, traditionally, Yankee would just be referred to New England, but we have to add New York because
No, I want nothing to do with fucking. I want nothing to do with it.
We might get over 1,000 here, man. We're almost at 900.
I know.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Anything north of Georgia is Yankeeville.
Yeah.
Shut up, Spick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got to mow the lawn, but I guess I can give it a few more minutes. We'll see if we can get to. Hey,
you have an apartment that you have to mow the lawn?
Dude, I have a yard that is, I don't know. It's massive. It's huge. It's a 2-family house, right? So we have neighbors that live on the first floor. We're on the second, but it's a very large apartment, and there's no house in between. There should be a house there, but there isn't. So it's the size of another where a house would be, and it's massive. I got a huge garden. Got all that stuff, man. It's Belmont, baby. It's not the city.
Fuck.
I'm serious. There are plenty of illegals in Mass. Ask them. No, I like to mow my own lawn, man. It's fun. I like mowing the lawn. I don't like weed whacking, and I don't like doing the hedges, but I like mowing the lawn.
I had 1,500 fucking live viewers last night, dude.
Yeah?
I was shocked, even with all the fucking issues. Even with all the audio issues.
Audio issues is your middle name.
Yeah. Not anymore. I mean, now that I'm here, but I'm back in my studio and everything will be fixed by tomorrow. Rob does not have pants on. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here butt naked.
It's funny. I used to work in television news, or did for over 10 years, and I don't know if you ever got did you get Channel 7 in New Hampshire where you were? NBC 7 in Boston. It's NBC 10 now, but anyway, the
Channel
sports
7
guys.
was when I was living in Massachusetts, dude. I've only been in
Okay,
New Hampshire 7 years.
Yeah. All right. So I worked at
Moved down.
WHDH.
Oh, 8 years now. Fuck.
Yeah. I worked at WHDH, Channel 7 in Boston for a long time.
Yep.
And yeah, a lot of the sports guys, when they show up at the desk at the end of the show, those guys are wearing shorts with a just with the suit coat and whatnot. And that happens like all over the country. Local sports guys constantly do that. They got shorts and sneakers on.
Yeah, I'm wearing fucking shorts when I'm in my studio and socks. I'm not getting dressed up to fucking for an area that nobody's gonna fucking see anyway.
Right. All right, 908. If everybody reposts this thing, we'll get over 1,000 in like 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
if you guys are available, if you can, we sure would appreciate it.
It doesn't look
mean
like
much, I suppose.
it doesn't look like the Rafty one is not going to be able to join us today.
No. Well, that's too bad. We're going the way of the mega corporations running the government. Well, hey, I think that's been going on for what? Since I don't know, the Gilded Age.
We're all going to be living in
running the
Judge Dredd. We're all going to be living in Judge Dredd soon.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's one of the things I had the biggest problem with on the. Oh, seriously, Patty, what did you do at the news station? I started out as the Chiron manager, and eventually we switched from Chiron to VizRT, which is basically just the same thing as Chiron, but a different company. Because what people might not know is when they say Chirons on the bottom of the screen, that's a brand name, right? It's like saying Kleenex instead of tissue paper or whatever. But yeah, I was the graphics manager, the live graphics manager at 7 for a long time. So, but I left TV in 2019 to just freelance. That's what I do now, and this I do for shits and giggles when I probably should be doing my actual job.
Oh, that's big.
What?
That's big news.
What, Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it's merger after merger because we're going to end up with 3 corporations in this country in the next fucking 10 years.
Fate, what's up, bro? That's fucking hilarious, dude. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, a leftist communist on this show.
Is it really 2:00?
Yeah, 2:01. Yeah, we're 9:26. As soon as we get, hey, let me put it this way: when we get to 1,000, I promise I will leave. Right, 1,000. All you have to do is
you guys hear that? We threw the gauntlet down. Repost this stream. Go to my page and repost it. Go to the War Boys. Go to wherever. It's streaming in fucking 8 different places now. Repost it. Quote post it and say, we get 1,000 live viewers. We're at 920 right now. Yeah. We get 1,000 live viewers. Patty will leave and leave this on me.
What's the over under? 30 seconds over under.
5 minutes.
You're saying 5 minutes? It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's either going to happen in the next minute or it's not going to happen. I bet it's going to happen.
There's a delay between what we're saying and what they're hearing. If you ever watch the comments, they come in like 20 seconds after we say something.
Right. Gotcha.
So they're like 20 seconds behind. So I say 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, man, I'm gonna mow the lawn. I got to water the garden. I got some. I'm psyched. I got tomatoes coming in finally. It's a little late, but I think because it was a little colder in the spring, they didn't come in as early as they did last year. But yeah, I got tomatoes. I got cukes. I got some zucchini that I planted the other day that hopefully come up soon. Yeah, peppers, banana peppers. I got peas.
Banana peppers.
I got peas. The peas are already harvested though, and the radishes. I had radishes that actually, like the radishes, the stems on them were like this long. They were ridiculous. But We got a.
I have a
shitload of
lemon
those.
tree.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, my son really, for some strange reason, he just really likes the idea of growing lemons, and he likes making his own lemonade from the lemons. But that's it. As far as Green Thumb goes, I got a big section of my property. Like if you look at my house to the right, that we it was about 2 acres of it, maybe a little less. That we clear cut.
Yeah.
We had the tree company come in, clear cut it, and then we're doing. Well, the plan was if I was working for the last 7 months, that we were going to do a pool on that side, a big one, and then do a vegetable garden with a few vegetables in it, and then my neighbor has. I only have one neighbor on my road. At least my son can have a successful lemon tree here.
You see the one before that? The guy, this New York 2A guy is pretty funny. Apologies that global warming affected your tomatoes.
You should have put it up on the screen, dude. That was fucking funny.
I didn't even you switched it right after that.
Oh. So I don't know. I don't eat vegetables, so it doesn't work with carnivore. But my neighbor does. It's got a ton of chickens, and I don't know if you've ever had like fresh eggs, dude. There's a vast difference in it, man. They feed their chickens like amazing feed. They're very orangey and fucking like flavorful. They're awesome. And then my neighbor, well, not my neighbor, but the woman at the end of the husband and wife at the end of my road, both, he was a Vietnam vet, and they have a bunch of cucumbers and a whole bunch of shit. I don't know. I'm the guy on the road that protects everybody, so I get the meat. I do the protection, and if we want vegetables, it's a symbiotic relationship with the three people.
I got you. Well, you don't eat the vegetables. It's got to be pretty shitty, man. Vegetables are great. I love vegetables.
No, my son eats vegetables. He's oddly enough.
Oh, JD Vance landed on Nantucket. Really, I hope he wasn't in a plane at the time.
Was it ACK? Right? Isn't that ACK? Isn't that what they call it? The airport there in Nantucket.
Oh, you know what? I've never been there. So
yeah, it's ACK.
Never been in that airport. Meet a real leader. You want to hear something funny about JD Vance, right? So we went to the same school in the military. He was a journalist in the Marine Corps, and I was a journalist in the Navy. But every journalist in the entire service, no matter which branch you go to the same school. It's at Fort Meade in Maryland. And he graduated in 2003. I graduated in 1999. So I'm a couple of years older than him, but yeah, we went to the same exact school. When I found that out, it was like he went to DINFO. It's called DINFO, the Defense Information School. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. The vice president of the United States, or at the time, the potential vice president of the United States, went to the same fucking school and did the same job in the military that I did. Weird.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Who didn't?
Enrique. He did not get arrested.
Oh, right.
No. $2.8 million. You know, I was joking when I said $100 million. It might as well be $100 fucking million. $2.8 million for that fucking.
At that point, it could be $1 billion. It wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said when they said, how much money do you have in your cash app?
$200.
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. You know, I've never understood how people were able to make so much money on that thing, just with people just giving them money and Cash App. Like, it only works for right wingers on like, Rumble and shit. But
what,
man,
the
seriously,
are you talking about?
Lefties don't make money doing that, man. It's just there's no market for it.
Lefties don't make money doing what?
On Cash App and things like that, getting donations for podcasts. They just don't. They don't. The biggest podcasts on the left wing, right, are the David Pakman Show, the Young Turks, and like Brian Tyler Cohen, and that's basically it. because it's almost like talk radio, right? Liberals have never done well on talk radio. Conservatives kill it on talk radio. As far as like getting donations on the internet, you can get like there are people who put out the stupidest content ever. You know Will Johnson? You familiar with Will Johnson? Okay. Will Johnson, all the rest of the Proud Boys know who he is. But anyway, he's got this really terrible show, and people just fork over money to him on YouTube, just constantly, and on Rumble. And I'm like, for the lowest production value, what we're doing right now is like 20 times better than half of these guys. And none of them have jobs. They don't have to, because they just people give them money. It's really weird. It works. And hey, I'm a capitalist. If they want to make money, if that's how they want to make their living, knock yourself out. It's people, they're not stealing from people, but
yeah, I'm not.
Man, it's crazy how they can do it.
I get yelled at all the time because I want nothing to do with the money aspect of this. I do it because I like it, and I get fucking.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's like, Rob, dude, you are you kidding me? You put a fucking shit ton of work into what you fucking do. You should get fucking paid for it. And I'm like, yeah.
Dude, I've spent more money than like I would hate to find out how much money I've spent over the last 7 or 8 years, traveling and doing these things, because it probably make me throw up. But I've never made a penny off any of it. Never even tried to. I've never tried. Like even the T-shirts I have, I gave them away. You know what I mean? Like I don't sell anything. I'm not here to make money. I do it because it's fun for me. But
one of my buddies called me last night. He's like, Rob, right after the show, he called me, and why'd you fucking?
Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It says my camera's fucked up. You know what?
I don't know. You fucking soloed me, dickhead.
No, I didn't. My camera's off. I gotta put it back in.
He came up with this idea for a fucking like a vest for critical mass, and I thought it was pretty fucking funny. It was a good idea. Actually, I've been fucking pondering it, but I think I'm gonna do a community. One of those communities on X. I don't know what they're for. Just it's not to get money, because I don't want to do it for money. I'm gonna say you look ripe like a Democrat who just this 2A for New York is fucking hilarious. Yeah, comrade, cuts and full patch members. He really wants me to fucking. There you go. Well.
I had to restart it.
Full cuts and full patch members of the critical mass militia.
Somebody just put up a comment and I can't see it anymore.
Oh. So it's a no-fly zone while he's there. That's Comrade Torkov told me to check my DMs.
Somebody said something about me looking ripe. Where was that? I can't see it anymore. It was the New York 2A guy.
I don't know. Hold on. Right here.
Oh. See, ripe like a Democrat is just about ready to fall off the tree and roll right into. Oh, ripe as if I'm going to fall off the tree. I got you. Now I get it.
Yep.
You wrote the Surrey. I'm one eye roll away from switching teams energy, and honestly, it's hilarious to watch. Now,
well, that's not the team he's. That's not the team that he's eye rolling about.
Right. No. I get you. He again, I like how everybody's intentionally spelling my name wrong. Now I get it. It's cool. It's a bit. I get it.
Well, dude, you say something like that and you open yourself up to it. What the fuck?
No, it's fine. I'm good. Yeah, I've heard this a lot. I've heard this a lot over the years, where people are like, "Oh yeah, you really."
No, Fate. Actually, there's only one.
It's not true.
There's only one.
Good looking conservative, crazy. 956. Come on, you guys are disappointing me. I expected to be.
No, I got 979. I got 979, 980 on my screen.
All right, I got 960 right now on mine. You tell me when you get to 100 or 1,000, because you seem to be ahead. Just needs a touch of gray for men. You know what? Would you say that to Joe Biggs? Joe Biggs looks like he belongs in ZZ Top after they'd passed away at this point. He's got just straight white now. Nobody says anything. I need a touch of gray. You know what? I'm not dyeing my beard. There was years past I would dye my beard. I'm done with that now, man. It's what it is. That's just how it's going to be.
After I started carnivore, my color started coming back. There's a lot less gray, like naturally from it. I mean, there's still a ton like right here, but
yeah, too much blow. Yeah, right. I have never done cocaine in my life, which is more than I can say for many of the Proud Boys I've hung out with.
I have no idea. I disavow that statement.
Yeah,
I
right,
have
okay.
definitely not. That's for sure.
Yeah. I never said anybody, nobody in particular.
Where the fuck is Biggs to come in here and fucking defend himself?
Oh, I didn't. All I said was his beard is white. Nobody makes fun of that.
No, I know.
People
That
busting
is
my
fucking
balls.
like Joe Biggs is as white as President Snow from the Hunger Games.
Yeah, his beard is
Oh,
white
God.
as President Millard Fillmore. Like, I mean, get the fuck out of there, President Snow. I've never seen
Hey,
the
you
Hunger
spend that
Games.
much time in prison, dude. That'll do it to you.
Oh, please, that was happening before he went to jail.
It wasn't that, dude. It was not that bad in December
No,
of
no.
2020.
I've never seen the Hunger Games ever. Anything to do with it. I don't know what any of it is. So, not sure. It's not something.
What? Fuck right off. Come on.
No, really?
Come on.
Well, I mean,
Did Ozzy pass away?
110.
Sky News is reporting it. Isn't President Snow, what's his name? Donald Sutherland, Kiefer's dad?
Yeah, Wikipedia's got him dead today.
No, fuck off.
Yep. Well, I mean, you know, it was bound to happen. I think I wore out the tape of the Randy Rhoads tribute album when I was a kid.
I'm not seeing anything on it.
Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. It's dead today.
I don't trust anything on fucking Wikipedia, bro.
Well, it's probably true. Usually hoaxes don't last very long on there. What is it? What's your number at?
2008.
All right, I'm out of here. I'm a man of my word. Thank you guys for
Wait, dude. Hold on. If Ozzy really died, you're not going anywhere because now we're gonna change the whole fucking show.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, first of all, I really do have to mow the lawn. Second of all, I did make a promise, and I don't want people saying that I don't keep my word on here. So I'm gonna leave. But just real fast on Ozzy, if this is actually true, and I'm pretty sure it is. He was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Like I said, the Randy Rhoads tribute album. If you haven't heard that, it's probably the best solo Ozzy stuff. I think that, you know, Black Sabbath was where he did, you know, the important shit. A lot of the later solo stuff I could do without. And even though I've kind of gotten away from metal as I've gotten older, I still have a soft spot in my heart for those Black Sabbath records and for Ozzy personally. I always thought he was pretty funny and you know, entertaining. We all got to go sometime. He was an old man, so
at least he went out doing that last show, and he fucking dude for the fact that he had to sit down through the whole fucking show, and he sounded pretty fucking good. I was really shocked at how good he sounded.
Yeah,
the Black Sabbath fucking final show. Maybe they knew something.
I guess maybe while I'm mowing the lawn, I'll put Paranoid on and get that in the headphones while I'll probably mow the lawn 3 times faster than I normally would. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. So hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for the insults and the misspelled name. I appreciate it. And thanks, Rob. And right. We'll do this again.
I'll talk to you. Yeah,
probably sooner than we should. All right.
Yeah, tomorrow. So, guys, yeah, I don't know what to do and what to say now. Should I go into Well, I'm gonna sit here and try to find out if this is true or not. I want to say that I'm fucking speechless, but he was 80 something years old. Parkinson's, fucked up from all the drugs he did all the years. And Enrique is not in jail. He is in an Uber going to an airport to fly to Las Vegas. So, Comrade Torkov, are you in Texas? I saw Ozzy a few times on Ozfest. One year I ended up driving Zach Wild's fucking guitar tech from this. We had this chain in Massachusetts of guitar stores called Daddy's Junkie Music, and we were there for, my bass player was working there at the time, and we were there, and I got to meet Zach, and he signed a bunch of gear, and I was like, all right, cool, it's Zach Wild, and he wanted to get his guitar tech back to the hotel, and bitching about how much a cab would cost to go from where we were to Mansfield, Mass, which is what this place called Great Woods. And we got backstage passes for that. And so we ended up going to Ozfest the next day. We went back there. We met a lot of people, and Ozzy walked by me. And that's all I could say is Ozzy walked by me. And I was like, and I think it was probably the only time in my life that I was ever starstruck by anybody. It was fucking Ozzy Osbourne. And if Ozzy did die, I hope he got right with God. I really do. Oh, it's a sad day. It's a sad day that Ozzy Osbourne outlived Dimebag Darrell. I know I'm going to start talking about music and I'm going to bore everybody. I don't even know if I should keep going. Anybody want to come on and hang out with me and talk shit with me? Let me know. I'll send you the link. I will say that as far as my show goes, I'm getting a gentleman by the name of Dexter Taylor on the show, on my personal show on Critical Mass with Patriot Rob. And suck, man. Yeah, I think we got almost 1,100 live viewers. Thank you guys very much. We'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go and play some Ozzy right now. You want to see me diverge from my supposed Christian brethren? What if they want to say something fucking stupid about Ozzy burning in hell? You watch how fucking verbally violent that gets. All right, guys, I'm gonna close it down. Enrique's not gonna show up in today. He's gonna come in tomorrow and talk about what happened in DC today. You guys are really gonna be fucking shocked with all the details now that he can talk about it. I wish I could talk to you guys about it now, but we will we'll be back tomorrow at noon, I hope. And he's gonna be 3 hours behind us. Shit. Oh well, that motherfucker's got to wake up. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Lords of War Daily News Brief. We hopefully gave you a little bit of entertainment with me and Patty going at it at the very beginning. Much love to you guys too. Thank you very much. And I will, if I don't see you guys on tomorrow's show, I will see you on my show tomorrow night, 5 to 7, and we will have an X space going, and hopefully I will have the audio issues worked out by then. So you guys have a great day. Horns up for Ozzy. Go listen to some Crazy Train. Thanks, lady. A360.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now.